Welcome back to PBA League Round 1 action from Thunderbolt Lanes in Allen Park, Michigan. Lon McCarron along with Randy Peterson, JT Action Jackson. Having a lot of fun here. Match number 2 coming up in just a moment. Before the big game on Super Bowl Sunday, be sure to join us for the Chris Paul PBA League All-Stars. NBA superstar Chris Paul, joined by some of the PBA's top pros and some of the biggest stars in sports and entertainment. Blake Griffin, Jalen Rose, Terrell Owens, and a host of others will join the Clipper Guard at Lucky Strike Lanes in Los Angeles. Tune in 4 p.m. Eastern next Sunday for the 2013 Chris Paul PBA League All-Stars on ESPN. All right, here's an updated stepladder. Dallas Strikers moving through and dominating fashion. 278-171, and now the Strikers will take on third-seeded Motown Muscle in match number 2. And we mentioned their team owner, the Bus, Jerome Bettis, former NFL running back with a lot of history under his belt, 13-year NFL career, 6-time Pro Bowl selection, won the Super Bowl with the Steelers, of course, ranked 6th all-time in NFL rushing yards with almost 14,000. There is the Bus, and like Terrell Owens, he will sit down on the team a little earlier. JT caught up with Jerome Bettis.
So Jerome, glad to have you here, man. How does it feel to be a team owner?
It feels good. You know, I've loved bowling all my life since I was a little kid, and to see bowling progress and actually go back to the team concept, traveling teams, is pretty cool. And then to be, you know, an owner of a team and come up with the Motor City Muscle, it's pretty cool.
So do you get to bowl a lot?
I don't get to bowl as much as I used to. I still bowl quite a bit, but I don't bowl nearly as much as when I was a kid.
He can still bring it, I am sure. The Motown Muscle lineup led off by Ronnie Russell, then Jesse Buss, Tom Smallwood, franchise player Mike Fagan, and Mike Scroggins will be their anchor for this match. And there is Bettis trying to get some of that NFL magic to rub off on these PBA stars. Ronnie Russell, 33 years old, 10 years on tour, still looking for his first title. First ball, match number 2. Wow, that side is tough.
I guess it's just any team other than the Dallas Strikers, because nothing good has happened to another team since we came on the air. Ronnie Russell throws a pretty good shot here, and just a terrible break, leaving the swishing 7-10.
Well, if you're wondering, it has been made a few times. Mark Roth, who's in the house, the first to do it on TV. Can Ronnie be the second? Ooh, you got to bounce, but not enough.
Come on, give me up.
That had a chance.
Give me up, baby.
There is Mark Roth, the first man to do it. And you know, when he did that 7-10, he just picked up and threw his spare ball immediately and just bounced it all over the back and got the spare.
Yeah, he was just telling Carmen, hey, Carmen, yeah, they don't know how to make that. I'll show them how to make that one.
Well, certainly some lessons to be learned by the legends of the game who are in the house here at Thunderbolt Lanes. Brian Smith, who went strike to strike for the Strikers in their opening win over the Silver Lake Atom Splitters.
Again, I think a lot of advantage for the Dallas Strikers because they have a game under their belt. All the players know exactly how both lanes are playing, not just one, and the adjustments that are necessary. You're going to see or hear a lot of chatter throughout this game amongst that team, letting each other know, hey, listen, I moved this much on the right lane, I moved this much on the left lane. And the players will make their own educated assumption or moves based on what they see and what their teammates are telling them.
Jesse Buss now up for the Motown Muscle, not drafted just because of his name and the Buss as the team owner. 28 years old, one of the younger members of the PBA League. Buss from Belvedere, Illinois, 7-pin.
Hard to believe all that power could leave a 5-pin standing, and the 5-pin did go late, only leaving the 7-pin. Jesse Buss is a great bowler, and not a lot of folks know about him. He's an up-and-comer, young guy on, or a young player on this tour. Bright future ahead of him, though. He was good enough to be picked 28th overall by Mike Fagan.
So the Motown Muscle up. Motown Muscle down by 11. And that brings up Amleto Monticelli. Second man on the lineup for the Dallas Strikers, who have the lead. Took the lead in match number 1, never looked back on the Atom Splitters. Monticelli with the big ball. You know, Motown Muscle franchise player Mike Fagan was looking for some local knowledge and magic when he chose Tom Smallwood.
Tom Smallwood, you know, has just proved himself time and time again at Thunderbolt Lanes. Tom is a specialist, you know, and in that environment, that building, you know, he has something that other guys don't. And, you know, if I didn't pick him, he was going next. So, I mean, everybody knows it. And, you know, I'm feeling lucky to have him on my squad.
Smallwood comes through big time.
Well, Tom Smallwood drafted 5th overall in the first round and did a lot of great things in this building. He made it through tour trials a few years back. He qualified for a major championship in this building. So that's the reason why he was Mike Fagan's first pick.
And he went on to win that major championship. That's the first strike for the Muscle. And now Mike Machuga to the approach for the Dallas Strikers, up by 11 right now. Oh, Machuga got a kick from the back door.
Rolling the 4-pin is a right-hander's best friend. Mike Machuga does just that. Right after a Monticelli strike, he doubles up, nice break, pulls the string on the 4-pin, and then he's everybody's friend when he goes back to his own bench.
Machuga has won several doubles and team titles as an amateur. Machuga takes his seat. Job well done. Mike Fagan, the Motown Muscle franchise player. King of swing, and there is why. Look at that backswing, and look at that result. A double for the Muscle.
Interesting that the franchise player for Motown isn't bowling anchor. That distinction going to Mike Scroggins. First, it'll be Norm Duke for the Strikers here in the 4th frame, and they currently hold on to an 11-pin advantage.
I asked Norm if he ever gets tired of that chant when his name is announced. No, of course not. Team looking on. 7-pin again.
Oh, my.
That's so much check, wow.
What he means by that is the ball starts up pretty early. It checks early and then lays there because of the length of the oil pattern. But solid 7 was not what Norm Duke or his teammates wanted to see.
Norm, a big fan of the Ryder Cup format in golf. He'd love for the team concept to take hold here in the PBA as he converts. Now, Mike Scroggins from Amarillo, Texas, 8 tour titles, the anchor man for the Motown Muscle. 24 years on tour. Doesn't like the look.
Just wasn't ready. The ball didn't feel right in his hand, and when he got set, he had to come back off the approach and regroup.
Huge crowd here at Thunderbolt Lanes watches Scroggins deliver.
I respectfully call Mike Scroggins my box of chocolate. You never really know what you're going to get. I've seen him bowl magnificently where all he did was throw strike after strike after strike. I've seen him inconceivably missed 7 pins by 6 and 7 feet left and right down the lane. There's been kind of a mixed bag on him throughout his career. You just aren't really sure which one's going to show up come TV day.
Scroggins converts as the 5th man in their lineup, and now Rhino Page back up. Rhino, very promising young bowler, 29 years old, first pick in the draft, NCAA team champion at the University of Kansas. He knows the team game. Rhino, can he get the 10 to fall? Oh, that was painful for everybody, including team owner Terrell Owens.
Well, that's back-to-back really good breaks for the Motown Muscle, because Dallas could have strung 4 in a row, but the Stone 7 by Duke and then the Ripper 10 by Rhino Page has kept this to within 10 pins.
T.O. knows what it's like to leave that 10 pin just like that. Maybe a little more often than Rhino has. Rhino does clean up in the first half of our match, and it is a good one between the number 5-seeded Dallas Strikers and the 3rd-seeded Motown Muscle, who will earn the right to meet the New York City WTT Kingpins. Come on back.